What's up, y'all? I just ate like 16 mini corn dogs. Is that crazy? Symbolism is one of the most powerful and interesting things a story can do. I like it a lot. I've mentioned a couple times that I have a couple just random creative writing projects that I do, and symbolism is always a big part of them. I think it's really interesting and cool what you can do, and how much you can convey about a character through aspects of them that may on the surface have nothing to do with who they are. You know what I mean? And I think it's always really cool to apply that, or just, not seriously, but in fun and good faith, to things in real life. It's just a cool thing. I don't know. I've always liked it. I've always thought it was cool and interesting to look at how somebody's situation, character design, if it's that kind of show or book or whatever, their powers, stuff like that. And it doesn't have to be the same. It can very often be very different. Like two people having the same symbol, I guess, for their symbolism can be very different. Like, for example, let's just take the symbolism of ice, right? What ice means to you could be completely different than it does to the next person. So when we look at characters who have ice, represent ice, use ice, there's like different things, right? There's different aspects to who they are. Let's take Zane from Ninjago, right? He's very seemingly, right, cold and distant. I mean, not necessarily bad or mean or anything, but he always seems aloof. And he has ice powers. You could make the point that, that's just part of it, like I literally just said, cold. You know what I mean? Like he's distant, he's aloof. Let's go for Mr. Freeze, right? Mr. Freeze has ice, and it literally froze his wife because she has an illness and he refuses to let her die. Ice freezes things, preserves them. So here we have a man who refuses to move on and has frozen his wife. Let's take Crazy Pull, but I was randomly thinking about it. Lucy Quo from Infamous 2, right? A cop who's very rough and tough. Not anything too crazy, but she's definitely like passionate. She knows what she's doing. She's ready to go. Then suddenly she's forcibly given these ice powers. She's turned into a conduit, which is its own thing because the Lowkey, they be racist to conduits, but she's like shown as very fragile, right? I mean, you literally help carry her out on the mission where you save her from getting those ice powers. You help like teach her what it's like to have powers. You can tell that she's very much like, I don't know, not used to this, very much, I don't know how else to say it, fragile, literally, which, hello, ice, you know what I mean? Ice is a very strong representation of that. Ice is in no means known for being strong or resilient. Ice shatters often and quickly. It's still very, prevalent and strong in our lives. Or I guess if you live near the equator or somewhere hot, it's not. But where I live, yes. I could keep going on just about ice. I'm sure Brother 2 would love that because he's obsessed with ice. But you see what I'm saying, though. Symbolism is really cool. I really do like that. And I have a couple favorites, right? I have a couple favorites that I'm always drawn to, which if I spent all this time going through, it'd probably be an hour. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it'd be an hour edited down. I can talk forever about symbolism and how beautiful and cool it is when it's implemented in the right way. However, nobody watches Big Slime for intellectual breakdown, so I'm just gonna start talking about more goofy stuff that's on my mind. Like, you might be thinking, okay, so you really like symbolism, you're passionate about it, you write about it, you always analyze it in media. Big Slime must have some strong symbolism behind it too, right? Like your name, your moniker, the thing your father even calls you. Like, come on, like it's gotta be something, right? No, it's just this. But I mean, if we look at things that I like, aka Venom, bro's pretty slimy. in both ways. Originally, bro is slimy, but now bro is just made of slime. I don't know. Also, I saw I saw a what do you call a display. I saw a display at Walmart today, bro. I went there because I was driving home and I kept tasting like biscuits, so I was like, I need to cook some more biscuits, bake some biscuits. I just baked some yesterday, whatever. And bro, I saw a thing that said Marvel heroes versus villains, and it had Spider-Man and Venom, bro. When Venom is not a villain, when are we gonna move past that? When? Why are we pretending like bro is still evil? Bro has not been evil since the 80s. Bro has had less time as a villain than he has as a hero. And sometimes he goes back and forth, you know, because authors sometimes just suck. But no, Venom, and particularly the symbiote part of Venom, has almost always been like a benevolent creature. So why are we pretending bro's still a villain? I don't know. Making me mad, bruh. But anyways, yes, slime. Slime is cool. I like the prototype games, and when I played it in front of brother too, he was like, well, I know why you like this game, because it looks like you're Venom. Bro just walked in the room mid-recording. What are we talking about? If I didn't spend like 8 hours grinding for shiny Breloom and say that I was probably going to use it in a Yap video, I wouldn't have put it there. And I'd even get most of the grind. I mean, obviously that's going to be boring. I'm just running in circles, but whatever. Anyways, yes, slime is kind of a weird thing, I guess. I don't know what it would symbolize. Actually, I'm lying. I could think of a million things it could symbolize, but slime is not a very prevalent thing, not a very prevalent symbol used in most media. But I've always liked it. Like Venom, I used to try and have pet slimes in Minecraft. I just thought slime was cool. I think it's a oddly resilient substance. You know, I guess the only example of slime in media that I can use is Zack, because I haven't watched Reincarnated as a Slime, and I also don't think being a slime is very prevalent in that show. But Zack, is his quote, "Bend, don't break," is literally, that's one of the biggest things that I can think of when I think of symbolism when it comes to slime. But you know, I could go on and on. Like, I like the sun and the moon, even individually or together. I think those are really cool. You know, I think lava is cool. Like I just said, slime is cool. Even or even more niche stuff. Oddly enough, I mean, not oddly enough, you guys know I studied plants and animals and nature in college, but moss. Never seen it done before, but I've written about it before, using moss as a symbol. But, you know, we'll probably never see it. You'll probably that stuff doesn't get shown. Despite brother 2 telling me the whole Spider-Man stuff I was writing, he was like, people need to see this, but they're not gonna. At least not for a while. I kind of liked editing those 10-minute yaps. They were fun. So maybe I should keep this at 10 minutes. I don't got too much to say. I would like to know though if there's any symbolism that that y'all like. I like hearing about them. I like seeing perspectives. I like seeing how people perceive the same thing. You know what I mean? I like how if you saw Mr. Freeze or whatever, would you think something different about what the ice he uses represents as opposed to me or even the author? I don't know. I think that'd be really cool. I think that'd be a really awesome conversation. I think it'd be really cool to hear what everybody has to say about that. I don't know how long the video was that I recorded of me with Breloom, so I probably should end it here. But, you know, just I'm for real. Whenever, if you ever see anything cool, or if you ever have any cool symbolism in your mind that you're thinking of, I'm always down to listen. I've got big ears, so they got to be used for something. You're loved. Stay goated. Please take care of yourself, and remember that you matter. Can I just say though, bro, why did they fumble Jogo so bad in JJK? And I'm only saying that because you never see magma in media, right? You never see lava. People with lava powers is like 1 in a million. So there's still a couple. but it's not very common at all. And like it, bro, he was so cool, kinda, not really. He was never cool. Bro's first fight was against Gojo, slammed. Then bro was waiting around the corner for Toji to leave, and then like killed 3 people, or killed a dying old man. Couldn't even finish off Nanami, who's, let's be real, not even top 10 in the verse, and couldn't kill Maki before she had awakened. Right? Yeah, that's before she awakened. So what are we talking about, bro? And then, oh my gosh, guess who he fights right after? Bro, Sukuna, bro. Sukuna, and he was having the time of his life, embarrassing him. I wouldn't have liked Jogo anyway. He was not a compelling villain to me. He was a good villain. Like, I think he was good. I think he did his role. But he was not compelling. But it at least would have been nice if they'd done Lava some justice. You know what I mean? I just would have appreciated that. I would have thought it would have been cool. But hey, I guess if I want a better story, I'm gonna have to write it. The new JJK manga is actually kind of fire. The new JJK manga is actually kind of fire though. So maybe they'll bring Jogo back as a human or something. I don't know. I think curses come back as curses. I still think to this day Yuji is finding Mahito and slamming him out in whatever version he comes back as. I don't know. This is probably the last short yap video I'm gonna make. It doesn't feel right. I don't like making videos so short. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just talking. Anyways, okay, bye.